I'm Jacobsen of livelaughstamp.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute card using the faux silk technique. Today I'm going to show you a technique called faux silk, also known as faux linen. I do think it looks a little more like raw silk, so that's how I'm going to refer to it. Using the stamp set Field Flowers, and so let's get started. Taking a piece of just regular tissue paper. Note there are, and with a lot of tissue paper, two sides. One side's more shiny and one's a little more dry, and I'm going to use the flat side, the side that looks more dry. When I do two-step stamping, I always like to start with my biggest piece, which is the stem piece. So I'm using always artichoke and stamping that. I'm then going to use the more solid flower image in my lighter purple, which is Perfect Plum. Now to make sure I get contrast, I am going to stamp off and then bring my image to the tissue paper. It is going to be a little bit lighter, but it's going to make our top layer really pop a little bit more. So I'm using the highlighting part of the flower, and I'm using this in Elegant Eggplant. The cool thing about two-step stamping is you don't have to worry about lining it up perfectly, because as long as you get it fairly close, it looks pretty darn cool. Then we're going to stamp our image with Love right down here in the corner. Now the key with this is you really want to make sure that this is dry before you crumple it up, otherwise your ink is going to kind of transfer. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the heat tool and just make sure that's dry. Right, now that I know that's dry, I'm going to crumple it up. And my club girls last night were having a really hard time with this, because that feels really counterintuitive to like smush your beautiful artwork that you've just done. But we really do want to get the wrinkles in it, because that is what's going to make it look like faux linen or faux silk. So taking a Stampin' Up! Glue stick, and I do have to say, I think these glue sticks are superior to those on the market. I've never really been much of a glue stick fan, but when it comes to glue sticks, and you really do need to use a glue stick for this technique. So I've gone ahead and put that on the very vanilla cardstock, because I want this to have more of a softer look rather than putting it on stark white. And you're gonna just kind of lay it out and smooth it down, and it will be wrinkly, and that's how you want it, because when it dries completely, you have those wrinkles, and it does look like faux silk. You can tuck it around the back, you can trim the edges, however you want to do that. But when I completed the card, I attached it to crumb cake, and then I put a little bit of vanilla seam binding on there and ran the Delicate Details embossing folder along the bottom, and just made a really simple yet elegant card using the faux silk technique. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you at livelaughstamp.com.